Hey guys, today we're doing a highly requested video on what's in my wallet for 2024 Q3. I have a lot of credit cards, but I don't always keep them all in my wallet because there's some I actively use on a daily basis. The ones in my wallet are going to be towards everyday spend, and there's about 8 cards I'll be going over. And I try to maximize every single cent that I spend. Every card I have in my wallet either serves a specific purpose or is for a spend category. If you're new here, hit that like button and consider subscribing. It's really helpful for a smaller channel like this one. All right, let's get right into it. The first card is going to be my Amex Blue Business Plus card, and this is my catch-all credit card. So this card earns 2x points on all purchases, and I mainly use this as a card that I use for non-category spend. Those items that don't really fit in any category, this is the card that I'm going to be using it for. What's unique about this card is, first of all, it's not cash back, you're earning points, and you can transfer those points right away without any other card. Usually other credit card issuers, you do need a mid-tier or premium travel credit card. There are a lot of credit cards that earn 2% back, such as the Citi Double Cash. The reason why I picked Amex is because of their customer service. When there's a dispute, they are always on your side. They will remove the charge right away, and it is up to the merchant to call in and dispute it. All right, the next card is going to be the Citi Custom Cash card. And what's unique about this card is that it earns 5% back on your highest category spend of that month. So for me, it might be groceries, for example. That's what I use this card for. For other people, it might be gas, and it has no annual fee as well, which is fantastic. It's also a great card for putting spend on a category that's not really covered by any credit cards. Fitness clubs would be an example. If you and your partner spend up to $500 on CrossFit or Pilates membership, this would be a great card for that because there's not a lot of credit cards that cover the fitness club category. Just keep in mind that with this card, it is only cash back. You need a travel credit card like the Citi Strata Premier in order to convert the cash back into points. All right, the next card in my wallet is going to be the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is my main dining and travel credit card. So I do have another premium travel credit card that I'm going to talk about in a little bit, and you're probably wondering why I have 2 of them. I initially had the Chase Sapphire Preferred as my main dining card, and the reason why I upgraded to the Sapphire Reserve is because I just wanted to check out the new Sapphire lounges around the US. Just to let you know, I will be downgrading this credit card. It's a great card, but I think that between the credits, the value that you get, and the annual fee, there's too much of a gap. So after about a year, I will be converting it back to the Chase Sapphire Preferred again. But yes, again, this is my main dining card and travel card for hotel spend. I have another credit card that's better for airfare. And at one point, this card was amazing. It had a 100K sign-up bonus 7 or 8 years ago, and it was really the card that got me into the credit card points and miles game. But times have changed. I think there's other travel credit cards that are better now. All right, since we're talking about Chase, the perfect card to pair this with is the Chase Freedom Flex, which has 5% rotating categories every single quarter. And I usually try to max out these categories. The limit is up to $1,500 of spend. And, if it's gas stations, for example, I try to buy Amazon gift cards, for example. So 5% back is quite a lot. And it goes very well with the Reserve or Preferred because that 5% back is not going to be cash back anymore. You can combine it and turn it into points, which can then be transferred to airline or hotel partners, which is usually a way you can get more value. One thing to keep in mind is that the bonus spend categories that rotate every quarter stacks with existing spend multipliers on the card. So if the rotating categories is restaurants, there's already a dining spend multiplier on this card, so you'll get more than 5%. Looking at past statements, if the spend category is restaurants, you get about 7% instead of 5% back. One of my favorite credit cards in my wallet has to be the Chase Cash Ink card, and it gives so much value for a card that has no annual fee. So the spend multipliers are going to be 5% back on phone, internet, cable, and office supply stores. And I put so much spend on this card, it's my workhorse, to be honest. I have 4 other family members on my phone plan, and I'm the one that pays off the bill every single month using this credit card. After I pay the bill, they just Venmo me what they owe me, and I get the points, which is great. I also put my internet bill on this card, and one of the key things that I do is I buy Amazon gift cards from Staples, which is an office supply store, so it triggers a 5x bonus. I spend a ton on Amazon, and I also use Amazon Fresh, which is their grocery delivery service. So all in all, I think I'm getting about 60,000 Chase points a year just using this trick. And again, just like the Freedom card, if you pair this with the Chase Sapphire Reserve or Preferred, you can convert that cash back into points. One of the best credit cards out there in the market right now, and you don't even need a business. You just need like a side hustle to get this card. All right, the next one up is not a credit card, it's a debit card, but it has a very special feature on it. And I usually don't recommend people using debit cards for purchases because it lacks purchase protection. So this is going to be the Schwab debit card. And this is an ideal card for traveling, actually. You see, when you use your bank card to withdraw money from a random ATM, you're typically hit with two fees. One is fees from the ATM, and the second is sometimes fees from your bank itself. So with this debit card, it's very unique because Schwab doesn't charge you any fees for withdrawing money from a random ATM. And the key point is, at the end of the month, Schwab refunds any ATM fees that might have been incurred on this card. In other words, any random ATM at the deli or the supermarket, for example, is your bank, it's your ATM. There are no fees whatsoever. And the flexibility is incredible, especially for traveling abroad. All right, we're coming down to our last two, and the next one is going to be the Bilt Mastercard. So I and many others use this credit card primarily for getting points on paying rent without any fees at all. This card basically cuts a check to your landlord and you get the points, which is fantastic. So with this card, there is no sign-up bonus, but there is a very impressive list of transfer partners, very similar to Chase. And it's a great dining card, to be honest. It earns 3x points, not cash back, 3x points on all dining and restaurant purchases. And it's very comparable to some of the best dining credit cards out there with no annual fee too. If I didn't have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I would be using this card for dining, to be honest. All right, and now we're down to our last card and what's in my wallet for 2024. And that's going to be a premium travel credit card, my second one. And that is an American Express Platinum card. This card has an annual fee of a whopping $695, but you do get numerous different credits and benefits on this card, and I'll list it on the screen now. You can pause the video to take a look at it. I'm not going to go through each one, but I'll talk a little bit about them and which ones I use. The thing with this card is I come out ahead of the annual fee because I use every single credit, and for a lot of these I already use my daily life, such as Uber, and there is a digital entertainment credit, so I use that on Hulu, Disney, and there's a trick where you can add HBO Max to it too. There is also a hotel credit and an airline credit. You know, I upgrade my economy seats to premium economy all the time, so I use all of these credits already. But then there's a few credits I really don't use that much, such as the Saks credit. I've never really used that before getting this card, so it's hard to value all the credits at 100%. There's a few that, you know, I don't really use that much. The main reason why I have this card is for airport lounge access and also for hotel status. This gives you Marriott Gold and Hilton Gold as well, which gives you a lot of nice perks. This card gives you the most access to any airport lounges I've ever seen, and they're ones typically not in priority pass. So you have your Delta Sky Club, you have your Centurion lounges, your Escape lounges, you have Plaza Premium lounges. So there's so many that you have access to with this card. And it just makes traveling a little bit more enjoyable when you're heading to the airport, which is, you know, kind of stressful for most people. So I do have two questions. What do you think of this lineup of credit cards, and what do you have in your wallet? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see everyone next time.